You know what? My mom has cancer. Or at least she would have cancer if it wasn't the fact she just gotten a surgery. She spent the last month in hospital though, because it didn't go quite cleanly. And now she's cancer free. But you know what? I have to say that if we lived in the States, I would not be driving to see my mom right now. We'd be broke and she'd be dead. I get to go and see my mom and talk to my mom today because we didn't have to worry about trying to gather the money to pay for her operation to get a tumor removed from her colon. She went in and had it done about 2 weeks after they found out she had cancer. And now she is totally cancer free. Didn't cost us a penny. If we lived in the States, we would have had to remortgage the house again. We would actually already be in debt up to our eyeballs. We'd be living in a trailer park. We'd have to remortgage the trailer. I don't really have anything else to say on it. That's the difference.
Did you read the end of that? You didn't read the end of it.
I read the end of that chapter.
Did you?
Yeah.
What
About-
happened at the end?
What happened at the end? Do you want me to read it again?
Right. No, just tell me.
I can read it again. I'm about halfway through the book.
You didn't read that, though. I don't remember you reading it.
Really, you don't? That must be some pretty powerful painkiller they're giving you.
You have to put that in a safe place.
Oh well, I'll put it back in the box.
Bugging around with my survival kit.
Okay. You're buggering around with your survival kit?
Yeah.
You have a survival kit. Is
Yeah,
that
it's
right?
got like that book at the moment.
What other stuff is in your survival kit?
I got a couple of books down here in the pinch. If I haven't got anything else.
I love that you consider that survival basics. Like if you were to pack a first aid kit, you'd pack a dictionary and a thesaurus and what else? Margaret Atwood?
Not necessarily.
Bandages and like flare guns are like, yeah, we can fit them in somewhere, right?
I wouldn't put that stuff.
No,
in
you
there.
wouldn't put
It'd
those.
take up too much.
It would take up too much valuable book space, wouldn't it?
Yeah, right. Yeah, they'd have to be books I could read a lot.
Like what? What's the kind? Would you consider a book that you could read a lot 10 times? If you could read that book 10 times, would you consider that a very readable book?
Oh yeah.
Like what? Give me a title.
I'm reading one now that I'm reading over and over and over again called Light and Vibration.
You're reading one now that what?
I'm reading over and over and over and over again.
What's it
I
called?
finish it, I start at the beginning again.
It must be a really good book. What's
It's
it called?
Light and Vibration
Light and Vibration.
by Swami Shivanandarada.
Ah,
Keeps my mind on loftier things.
it helps you meditate, right?
Yeah, helps me stay up in the clouds. Not down here. in
Are you
this
sure that's not the
shitty,
pain?
smelly
Sure, it's not the
hot building.
painkillers that are helping you stay up in the clouds.
Well, they might have something to do with it.
But it gives you something to think about, doesn't it?
Something nice to think about.
Ah, I see. I don't mean to patronize you.
Yes, you do.
Well, all right. Let me put it that way. Let me put it this way. It's not something that I try and do. It's something that just happens, and
It's like,
I do love you very, very, very much.
we're not just people that you once met.
No,
Okay, good. I believe you.
your feelings do matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
As you particularly, because you're my mother.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's
Yes.
So nice. No, and tomorrow's Mother's Day.
Yes, that too. Does that mean I have to be nice to you all day?
No, it just means that maybe you'll make me one of those cards with the little springy messages that come out.
Oh, the paper thing that
Yeah.
I fold the paper.
Yes, I like
And then it looks like it's on a spring when you open it,
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
can
I
totally
like
tell
that.
that it's going to be there because the card is thick and you can't close it properly.
They're perfect.
One of those homemade
Yes.
ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
definitely.
I can do that.
Yeah, I'd like that.
You know what? I could probably do it using bristle board, actually. I could bring a huge one in. It could sit at the bottom of your bed.
Oh, no, they won't let you do that. Remember you brought
Really?
remember you brought a huge Valentine's card into me once in the hospital?
I don't remember that at all. When was that?
You and Dad made one that sat about 3 days.
Like
feet
like
high.
so vaguely. Like now that you mention it, I just like had this. When was that exactly? Was that when you had your knee operations?
Must have been. That's the only other thing I was in hospital for was knee operation.
What other stuff have you been in hospital for? Like you had 2 knee operations, 4 knee operations, and what other operations?
I broke my leg.
Oh yeah, right. You broke. Was that your leg or your ankle?
Well, the bottom of my leg. You can call it my ankle if you like. But they put a metal plate with 6 screws into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I could.
That was that whole occasion where you said "fuck" a lot, right?
Oh yes, did I?
Yeah. Don't you remember every
I
time you had to
remember.
move it?
I remember.
It was a constant string of fuck, 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 fuck. What other operations that you've had?
And lots. I had an appendix operation for appendix that was perfectly healthy.
Oh, they took your appendix out by mistake, right?
Yes.
What was it that they?
It was just a cyst. They said they'd known if it was an ovarian cyst, they would have not operated. But since they operated, they might as well take my appendix out while they were there.
Oh, you mean they went in there, found that it wasn't the appendix, it was an ovarian cyst. They took the ovarian cyst out, but they
No, they
figured
left the ovarian cyst in.
they left the ovarian cyst in, even though that was what was causing the problem.
Yeah,
Why did they do that?
because they don't remove cysts.
Well, hang on a second. How did they deal with it then?
They cut out my appendix. Perfectly good little
Okay,
pink appendix.
I was gonna do something about how good the Canadian healthcare system is, but you just screwed it up. You had a
I had a
colon
stroke.
stroke before, this is like a year before, and you had to have part of your colon removed, right?
And then they botched the surgery and had to do it again 8 months later.
Right.
I was sick as a dog.
I can't use any of this. And what else have you had though? You've had a
Cancer removed.
cancer removed, and you had that like 2 weeks after you were diagnosed, right? They got you in and removed that.
Exactly 3 weeks from
Exactly
from
3 weeks?
test to hospital, from test to surgery. 3
Uh-huh.
weeks.
Okay.
They had it removed and removed everything.
What?
Don't point at me.
Don't point it at you? What if I go like, what if I point it at the ceiling?
Oh, well, I don't care where you stick it.
Oh, but you said you don't want it pointed at you.
Yeah.
Alright, what if I point it at the light bulb?
Well, why don't you just turn it off?
Because I'm not that kind of person.
Oh,
The reasons for me being brought back is that hologram will no longer apply, and my personality disc will be neatly packed away in some dusty vault. Nobody ever goes in, and that'll be the end of Arnold J. Rimmer.
We never know. When we get back, it might turn out that they found a cure for death.
Oh, yes, I expect doctors' waiting rooms are absolutely heaving with cadavers. Ah, Mrs. Harrington dropped in again. Never mind. Remember, mime scribbling a prescription. Take 2 of these 3 times a day and try not to get run over by another bus.